We're in the company of Mandy Palmucci, who was there on the night. Mandy, in that speech, he talks about the anger subsiding, but the scars enduring. How do you wear those scars after 10 years?
I think after 10 years, I've come to accept that those scars are just part of who I am now. They've woven into the fabric of my being. It doesn't necessarily, it's not heavy in my mind constantly.
They don't define you.
Exactly, but they're always there now, and I accept that. I think there's nothing I can do about that. So I try to make the most of what I have learned in the time since the attacks.
And this annual return to Paris, it helps?
Yes, and truthfully, I don't know how else to spend the day, and it feels comforting to be in a community who also knows the struggles and the grief that accompany this memory.
It was quite a political speech that we heard just now. Clovis Casali talking about how...
I would just like to say one thing about Mandy, and I would like to say it's very brave of her also to be here today, because we have a colleague who found it extremely difficult. She was at the Belle Equipe, the same venue as you. She saved lives that night. She witnessed the same scenes of horror as you that night. And for her, every year she's come out and talked about this. This year she found it just too difficult on this 10-year anniversary. A moment with this ceremony that could bring some kind of closure to a lot of people here in France. And to answer your question about this political speech, indeed it was very political. This man clearly in grief, but trying to move on, to talk about the pain of losing his son, but also try to thank politicians and also criticize politicians who are sowing division or increasing division in the country. And by that, he meant, of course, far-right politicians or those who are trying to put one community against another.
Yeah, and remember, November 2015, there'd been the terror attacks first in January against against Charlie Hebdo. Anna Navarro-Pedro, after Charlie Hebdo, there was this moment of national unity. After November the 13th, there was also a moment of national unity.
There was also a moment. The country, even in that night, at La Belle Equipe, I believe, there was this story of a young man, who was from Alti, and a black man who just didn't know the woman next to him, and as they were shooting at the terrace, he put his body in front of a woman who was unknown to him to protect her. He died and she survived. And we had many stories like that when, in the midst of the horror, how many stories of people, holding together and helping each other. So that in spite of all the religions, color of skin, social background, whatever. So that was the night as well. And afterwards, maybe we could speak about the night yet, but afterwards, there was this moment, eerie moment. The very next day, people were on the terrace, on the cafes next to the Bataclan, having a coffee and having a drink. And of course, they were very serious. It was not a joyful moment.
But it was a political act.
It was a political act, and don't forget the movement immediately. Tous au bistrot, tous en terrasse. Afterwards, for the Tuesday after this Friday the 13th, which meant let's all go on terrace and have a drink a glass of wine, and everybody was there. And I was with friends, and I had friends we were a group, and there were atheists, and there were Muslims, and then there were Christians and agnostics in the group, and everybody was, it didn't matter what your belief was. Everybody was in a single communion, and we were all very well accepted and in talk and dialogue with other people.
And I think you're right, because I remember the day after the attack, or the evening, should I say, following the attacks. I was born and brought up in République. It's my neighborhood. Le Carillon was my local bar. I go there once a week. And that night, I lived just next to Place de la République. So the night after the attacks, I went outside to see what was going on. And it was incredible, the scenes. Dozens, if not hundreds of people gathering spontaneously, taking to that symbolic landmark in Paris, saying, on n'a pas peur, we are not scared, with banners, with posters, sometimes in silence, sometimes singing would erupt. in a very peaceful way, and it was very much a show of solidarity with the victims, but also of unity of the French nation in these difficult times. And that was something that will stick with me for a long, long time.
Indeed.
Those who've seen the commemorations of September 11th in the United States will see the similarity here as they are next going to read out the names of the victims. It was 130 victims. They've added 2 names of people who later committed suicide. Let's take a listen.
Nick Alexander, Jean-Jacques Amiot, Armel Antisévic Pumia, Anor Arwebo, Thomas Ayad, Guillaume Barraud de Cherf, Alva Berglund, René Bichon, Chloé Boissineau, Emmanuel Bonnet, Maxime Bouffard, Quentin Boulanger.
Ludovic Boumbas, Véronique de Bourgy, Élodie Breuil, Cyprien Calciu et Lacrimura Mariana Pop, Claire Camax, Nicolas Catina, Baptiste Chevreau, Nicolas Classo, Cécile Coudon-Pégado de Lille, Nicolas Degenhardt, Elsa Delplas et Patricia San Martin, Alban Denuy.
Vincent Détoc, Frédéric Calizo dit Fred Deville, Asta Diakité, Manuel Dias, Romain Didier et Lamia Mondeguer, Lucie Dietrich, Elif Dogan, Fabrice Dubois, Romain Dunet, Thomas Duperron, Justine Dupont, Mathias Dimarski et Marie Loche.
Saler Emad El Djebali, Germain Ferret, Romain Feuillade, Grégory Foss, Christophe Foultier, Julien Galisson, Suzon Garrigue, Mayeul Gobert, Micheli Gilles Raimez, Cédric Ginestou, Mathieu Giroux, Cédric Gomet, Noémie Gonzalez.
Juan Alberto González Garrido, Stéphane Grégoire et Frédéric Hénino, Anne Guyomard, née Cornet et Pierre-Yves Guyomard, Stéphane H, Thierry Ardouin et Marie-Aimée Dalloz. Olivier Auducœur. Pierre-Antoine Henry. Raphaël Hils. Mathieu Hoche. Jamila Oud.
Mohamed Hamid Ibn al-Mubarak. Pierre Innocenti. Nathalie Jardin. Marion Joanneau. Milko Josic. Jean-Jacques Kirchheim. Hyacinthe Koma. Nathalie Lorraine Nebouligina. Guillaume Ledran. Renaud Le Gouen. Gilles Leclerc. Christophe Lelouch. Claire Métro-Taprest.
Cécile Martin. Antoine Marie. Cédric Mauduit. Charlotte et Émilie Maud. Isabelle Merlin. Fanny Minot. Yannick Mainviel. Cécile Miss et Luis Felipe Choré. Marie Mosser. Justine Moulin. Quentin Mourier.
Victor Munoz Quilemoes. Christophe Muntez. Hélène Mouyal-Léris. Romain Naufle. Bertrand Navaret. Christopher Noé Chalter-Bodino. Léla Ouzounian. David Perchirin. Aurélie de Peretti. Manuel Manu Pérez et Priscilla Correa. Marion et Anna Pétard-Lefrig.
Franck Pitiot, Caroline Prénat, François-Xavier Prévost, Sébastien Proisy, Richard Ramand, Valentin Ribet, Mathieu de Rortet, Estelle Roua, Thibaut Rousse-Lacordaire, Raphaël Ruiz, Oda Saadi et Alima Ndiaye Né Saadi, Madeleine Sadin.
Kérédine Sabi, Lola Saline, Hugo Sarad, Jalal Seba, Maud Serrault, Sven Alejandro Silva Perugini, Valeria Soulésine, Fabien Stech, Ariane Teller, Éric Toumé, Guillaume Valette, Olivier Vernadal, Stella Soanirina Yasmine Berry.
The opening notes of Dire Straits' Brothers in Arms to follow the reading of the 132 names of the victims of the November 13th, 2015 Paris